How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its end of the year sale, and I am here to highlight another batch of games under the price of $10. There's just a ton of deals running on this sale. This sale is low-key super underrated. I think it's a great sale, especially as I look more and more into it and look at all the deals that are available. There's a lot of good stuff. So, under $10, let's just get right into it, and let's kick things off with a Prey from 2017. Man, I love this game. RIP Arcane Austin, the development studio behind this game. They also did the world-renowned Redfall, but I like to remember them for Prey. Prey was an incredibly atmospheric, well-designed shooter that had incredible level design, and I just thought was a really well-structured game. Had a good bit of content. Like I said, the atmosphere is great, incredibly engrossing narrative. For $5.99, this is a great deal. Unfortunately, we'll never get a follow-up title or anything like that, but for what it is, I think it's a fantastic game. So definitely would recommend that. Assassin's Creed Origins, the Deluxe Edition, is 90% off for $6.99. Now, you guys know me, not crazy about the newer Assassin's Creed games, but I know a lot of people really did enjoy Assassin's Creed Origins, the setting, Bayek as a main character. A lot of people did have a great time with this game. I enjoyed Origins. Was I blown away by it? No, I thought it was a fine game. Again, this is one where I thought the content got a little bit too overwhelming. What may not be the right word. Again, a lot of people are going to be all in on it as far as how much content the game has, the world design, etc., and I think narratively and from a character standpoint, it's fairly good, and for $6.99, I do think it's a really good pickup. 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5 as well, that's fantastic, and yeah, for $7, a good deal there. Go check that out. God of War 2018 is $9.99. Man, I never give God of War 2018 a mention when it goes on sale because, who doesn't own God of War 2018? I mean, come on. I feel like, okay, we cover a lot of games that it's okay, everybody owns this game, everybody owns that game, but there's always at least a couple of people that don't own those games. God of War 2018, I feel, sound off in the comments. Anybody watching this video has not played God of War 2018? I'm actually curious about that, but God of War 2018, I did absolutely love this game. It was a great game, and I remember God of War 2018 coming out so vividly because I was in college at the time, and it came out on 4/20/2018. What do you think my boys were doing? My boys were being degenerates. That's what they were doing. I remember I was holed up in my room just playing God of War, and somebody came knocking at my door being like, "What are you doing up there? Come down and come hang with all of us." But you know, I was so busy with God of War that day, and eventually, you know, I got sucked into the degeneracy. But nonetheless, God of War 2018, I remember that day vividly. I also got the console. Man, I was so excited for this game. I got the console as well that came out, and this game blew me away. And I wasn't even expecting the world out of this game because I like the older God of War games, but I was never blown away by them. But God of War 2018, the shift, the gameplay style, you know, Kratos and how he interacted with Atreus and that being an integral part of this game, I just thought it was so well done. And the sequel, God of War Ragnarok, was really good as well. But 2018, I think a bit of that shock factor of being like, holy hell, this is the new God of War and it's amazing, really did draw me in even more. I love God of War 2018 for $9.99. Great pickup there. Highly recommended. Just an excellent game for the 4 people that don't own it. But yeah, runs great on PS5 as well. Need for Speed Heat, a 90% off for $5.99. Great arcade racer and pretty good pickup there. You know, Need for Speed as an IP has been super inconsistent over the past few years, but some of the games turn out really well, and I thought Need for Speed Heat ended up being a really solid game. And if you're into arcade racers, I think you'll have a fairly good time with it. Definitely wouldn't spend, you know, $30, $40, $50 on it, but for $6, a solid arcade racer, all things considering. Bully, 40% off for $8.99. Would love to see this a little bit cheaper, but these Rockstar games just hold up in price. They kind of hit their floor as far as a price goes, and then they will not get any cheaper beyond that, even if they're a little bit pricier. And $8.99, I know it's not the priciest thing in the world, but I would like to see it a little bit cheaper. But Bully's a great game, has a lot of charm to it, and I know a lot of people would love to see a sequel out of this game. Look, with Rockstar's development cycle, I don't think they're gonna, you know, block off 8 to 10 years to do Bully 2, but who knows? Bully is a great game though, and for $8.99, I would definitely recommend it. A good pickup there. Obviously, it is a PS2 on PS4 game, so it's gonna show its age a little bit, but still a good pickup there. Doom Eternal, 75% off for $9.99. Man, as far as over-the-top first-person shooter goes, Doom Eternal is a damn good time. Most people that I talk to seem to like Doom Eternal the best out of the 3 Doom games. You know, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and Doom the Dark Ages, and Doom Eternal was a damn good time. I've never taken the Doom games like that seriously, where I get super invested into the games, but for a single playthrough, I always think they're a lot of fun, so $9.99, good pickup on that. Shadow of the Colossus, 50% off for $9.99 on that, man. A game that I would say was very much ahead of its time when it came out on the PlayStation 2. I remember playing it on the PS2 and being blown away by the game, and I didn't even play it right when it came out. I want to say I played it probably a year or two after the PS2 version dropped, but then Bluepoint did the remake of SOTC, and man, this remake was still jaw-dropping from a spectacle and scale standpoint. The bosses and the world design in this game is just so well done. The atmosphere is great, and yeah, just a great game. $9.99 for SOTC. Definitely think that's a good pickup. Check that out. A great buy there, and one game that I think everybody should play. Mafia 2 is 80% off for $5.99. Good buy on Mafia 2. Really enjoyed the game. A lot of you guys have played Mafia, the Definitive Edition, and how that game ends and ties into Mafia 2 is pretty cool. But yeah, Mafia 2 is a great game. I played it on the PlayStation 3 back when it came out, and for me, love the linear, narrative-driven titles. And Mafia 2, there's a little bit of that open environment to it, but it very much is a focused game. That's what I get at when I say linear. It's focused and it keeps you on the point of the story, and I think it does it very well in that regard. $5.99 is a great buy. You get the DLC and the Definitive Edition as well, so definitely do recommend that. A great game, and happy that Mafia as a franchise has kind of found its footing, and it's going to be here to stay. After Mafia 3, I feel like fumbled a little bit. Mafia Old Country, I feel like brought it back as well, and that game did fairly well commercially, so good stuff with Mafia as a whole. Ratchet Clank 2016, 50% off for $9.99. A bit of a forgotten Ratchet & Clank game at this point, not available on PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium for whatever reason as well, but man, I thought it was a really solid game, and it was the only Ratchet title we got in the PlayStation 4 generation, but a solid reimagining of the very first Ratchet title. I know it was a bit of a movie tie-in as well, and the movie was a disaster, but yeah, Ratchet 2016 was a really fun time. $9.99, a great buy on that, and definitely a fun action platformer. It certainly is no Rift Apart. Like, Rift Apart is a phenomenal game, but Ratchet 2016 in its own right, a really great game as well. Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year Edition, 85% off for $5.99. This is BioWare's final game before they got irreparably washed. Like, I think most people would agree with me on that. Dragon Age Inquisition was a really solid RPG. The story was pretty good. Visually, it still holds up, being north of a decade old, and it was a cross-gen game, as in it was on PlayStation 3 as well, but looks quite good, and again, from a gameplay standpoint, worthwhile. A lot of content here with the Game of the Year edition, but definitely recommend that at $5.99. Blasphemous, 75% off for $6.24. Challenging action title, a punishing action platformer that combines the fast-paced, skilled combat of a hack-and-slash game with a deep and evocative narrative core, delivered through exploration of a huge universe comprised of non-linear levels. A foul curse has fallen upon the land and all of its inhabitants. It's simply known as the Miracle. You play as the Pentian One, a sole survivor of the massacre of the Silent Sorrow, trapped in an endless cycle of death and rebirth. You've got a non-linear world, brutal combat, executions, customize your build, epic boss battles, and unlock the mysteries of the world. That is available for $6.24. Final Fantasy VII, the original, $6.39 on this. I always still go to bat for Final Fantasy VII, the original. I still think it's a really great playthrough and a worthwhile game to go through. Yes, the remake trilogy is out, and the remake trilogy is definitely worth playing, and but it exists on its own. The original exists on its own, the trilogy can exist on its own, and I think FF7, the original, is going to be timeless. I think 50 years from now, people will still go back and play the original Final Fantasy VII because it's going to be a timeless classic, so love it. $6.39, a great deal, definitely recommend that. South Park, The Fractured But Whole Gold Edition, 80% off for $9.99. I did not enjoy this game as much as Stick of Truth, maybe maybe because Stick of Truth had the surprise factor of being like, holy hell, this is a South Park game and it's a well-done RPG. I believe Fractured But Whole also got spun to a different development studio. It wasn't done by Obsidian. Had the superhero element to it as well, but it still had a lot of the charm and the humor that South Park fans are gonna know and love, and I think for $9.99 with the DLC, it's a pretty darn good pickup for everything that you're getting. So, yeah, a good price on that. Definitely check out Stick of Truth, which is $5.99 right now, and a worthwhile pickup for both of them. Riders Republic Skate Edition is $5.99. I enjoyed Riders Republic as a game that I could kind of kick back, relax. I don't have to take too seriously. I can listen to a podcast, and you can just go through some of the events. I do think it's a fun game in that regard, and a lot of the times the Ubisoft games fit that criteria for me, that yeah, they have a lot of content, it's kind of mundane at times, but it's still a fun game to play while you're doing something else or listening to something else at the same time. The Skate Edition also includes the Skate DLC. There's a lot of other DLC that's available. There is the 360 edition that has other content, but the complete edition is what gets you everything. Unfortunately, that's not on sale, so take that for what you will, but $5.99 for the Skate Edition I do think is a good pickup. And then lastly, gotta give a shout to Vanquish, which is 75% off for $6.24. Vanquish is an absolutely awesome game, fast-paced action title, Platinum Games at their absolute finest, and you take that gameplay, turn it up to 11, and it's just over-the-top action mayhem. Not super lengthy, 6 hours, all killer, no filler, a blast of a game to go through, and for $6.24, a great pickup there. Definitely recommend that. Just an outstanding game that I would love to see a sequel for, but I doubt that'll ever come to fruition. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great game deals under the price of $10. Links to everything in the description box below. As always, sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.